ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Coltrane Conservatory, the Arts Talk Show. We're going to be with you for these next 25 minutes, and we want to ask you to please stay tuned. If you have friends and family members, call them up. They may want to listen to what we have to say. We do have a lot to say on today, and I'm going to ask my assistant, before we do anything, to come into the studio for a moment. And I have something that I would like for him to do. Come into the studio, Mr. Assistant, for one moment. Thank you very much. That's pretty clear. I'm pretty sure that we're going to be able to get something done here on today. And we have some special information for you. Those of you who have children or grandchildren, we want you to know that we'd like for you to get involved over at our school. Now, the Coltrane Conservatory of the Arts is a music school. Many of you know that. My name is Joe Pace. I am the director of the school. And what we have is just a combination of instruments that we play. I'm still waiting for my assistant to come through the door. Please, sir, hand me those papers. Thank you very much. Frown this way if you don't mind. Right here, sir. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I got that done. It wasn't easy, but we got that done. All right, now, I want to share with you something on today that is going to help you to make a decision about your participating over at our school, which is a music school and tutoring school. Now, if you notice right here, this says free, learn to play the hand drums. Now, this is something that we're going to be talking about on today, because this is specifically designed for young people, 8 years or older. But you can come over as an adult, if you will, and get involved with this program. It is designed for young adults. We want to get them off the street and give them something to do that's positive. It's too much going on out in the streets nowadays. And our children, our young people, are being snared up by it. And it's just absolutely pathetic that so much is happening in the streets of Chicago on today. And if the mayor is not going to do anything about it, if the governor's not going to do anything about it, then we as citizens have to do something about it, especially those of us who live in these communities. And so this program is designed to help your son, your grandson, your daughter, your granddaughter, to help them in that it will give them something positive to say yes to. And again, we want you to understand this is a free program. We don't even have a registration fee for this program. You can come and get involved with it for absolutely just giving us some basic information on yourself. And voila, you're registered and ready to go. So we want grandparents, we want parents, we want you all to take this phone number down. And I don't think you can see that number yet. There you go. You can see it now. And you can see right there. And then, of course, you can call us at this station here. Or you can call 773-891-1875. I'm not sure if you can see that on your screen. But the number is 773-891-1875. Now, these are some of, I want you to see, I'm just going to show these to you right up. I'm not going to take too much, I don't want to take a lot of time, so I'm not going to remove one and put another one. I'm going to show you that one right there. Those are some of our young people performing. And we have recitals, folks. That's where you get a chance to play before an audience, because you're not always going to be playing for yourself or by yourself. You're going to be playing for and with someone else. And we want you to be able to do that and have confidence in doing it. So we have 2 recitals. One is in July, and the other is in December. So we have one that's coming up in this coming July. Now, we haven't set the date for it, But you can get involved and be ready to play in that recital. You can invite your friends, your family members, your relatives. You can invite people to come by and see and hear you play. And this is part of the training because we believe that everybody needs to have the confidence to play before other people because you're not going to be just playing all the time for yourself or by yourself. At times you're going to be playing for and with someone else. Now I'm getting a little, there we go. Can you see that? Is that straight on your screen? It should be pretty straight out there on your screens. And they're stacking up a little bit. There we go. And you can see that's one of our little drummers back there playing. And this is one of our recitals. I believe this recital comes from back, I want to say a couple of years ago, because we have so many recitals. And so there you have it. Now, this gives you a little idea of what you're going to get involved with when you get involved with us. Now, we are one of the premier music schools in Chicago, bar none, okay? We've been around now. We're in our 4th year. We've had a lot of success. We've had a lot of things that have occurred. A lot of students who came with us back during those days are still with us. And why are they with us? They're with us because they have learned how to play an instrument. They've gotten to where they sound like musicians rather than just student musicians. And they're eager to learn more. Their parents are involved with them and getting them to learn more and more through watching over them and making certain that they do their lessons when they're supposed to be doing them. Because everybody gets exercises, okay? So when you're doing an instrument, you need to have exercises to do, and that's what we give you. We give you these exercises after you've had your lesson there. And our lessons are 1 hour. We have 1 hour sessions, and you get a chance to bring your child there for 1 hour, either once a week or 1 hour twice a week, 2 different days, 1 hour sessions. And if you want the child to learn faster, or if you want to learn faster, then what you do is you would select the monthly program where you come there 2 days a week. If you're not concerned about how fast you learn how to play the instrument, then you would select the program where you're going to be coming once a week, okay? Now in both of these programs, you're going to be doing a 1 hour session, and all of the training is one-on-one. That means that an instructor is going to be dedicated to you for a solid hour in that session, and and will be teaching you, and you can ask questions. You can play for a while, and then more likely you will be instructed for a little while. And you do that for a solid hour. Now the material that you're working on, you then are going to take that material with you back home, and you're going to do your exercises. We always give you exercises to do. You're going to be working so that you can get that particular lesson and what you learn in that lesson down solidly so that it stays with you. It's retained. And the next week you come back, you're going to get something else. Now, in the process of this, you're going to be learning how to play songs along the way. Okay, we have students who are playing songs like Alouette, and you've probably heard that song, or When the Saints Go Marching On. Even songs, when we first start off, there's a song called Ode to Joy, written by Beethoven, the great Beethoven, composer great Beethoven. But our students will play that little song, revised of course. They will play that song on the first day. And then as time moves on, you get into songs like Alouette, When the Saints Go Marching On. Brother John. And finally, you're going to be getting into songs like The Entertainer as you get through that one book. We have 3 series, ladies and gentlemen. The first series is for beginners, then we have the series for intermediate, and then finally for the advanced students. Now, when you get to The Entertainer, songs like that, songs like At Last, and some of you have heard of that song, ba-da, ba-da-de-de-de-de, and you get to songs like what is it, Singing in the Rain. Those are a little bit more sophisticated songs, so that's toward the end of the book. But by then you have learned a lot about music. You've learned dynamics. You've learned key. You've learned notation. Okay? You've learned things about chords and scales, melodic intervals and harmonic intervals. You know, you've learned a lot about that. Different key scales. You've learned about 1-4-5, which is which is a chord progression, and how that all works in the key of C, in the key of G, in the key of F. You learn that there is only one sharp in the key of G, or one flat in the key of F. You've learned all of it, you know, and not only that, but you learn it from a well-trained musician and instructor who's going to walk you through there and get you where you need to be in order to play that instrument. And many of you out there have been wanting to play an instrument for I don't know how long, okay? And you've been putting it off forever. And now you have a chance to do that. So don't put it off anymore. You know, decide, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get this done. And you can call us and ask us about the program and how it works. And we'll give you all the information. Now, you can call us here at the number you see on your screen. You see it, you can read, you can see it. Or you can call us at 773-891-1875. Okay, and if you call that our facility, which is, again, is 1773-891-1875, if you call that and nobody answers, you should leave a message, and we'll get right back to you over the next day or two. We will return your call. And when we do call you back, we ask that you pick up so that we don't have to keep spending a lot of time trying to get a hold of you. Okay, so now, how many of you have pianos or keyboards out there, and you've been wanting to play that thing for I don't know how long? It's collecting all kinds of dust. In fact, you know, you've had it for 5, 10 years, even longer, and it's just sitting there. And you've been saying, maybe if I could just get some lessons, I could play this thing. And the fact of the matter is, you could, if you would get some lessons. But you've been putting it off, and now is the time for you to pick the phone up right now and call and get some information about this. You know, you only live this life one time. All right. You know, you only live this one time, that's for sure. You won't be living this one again. So since you only live it one time, get all that you can out of it, and get all that you can out of it for your children and your grandchildren. Okay? Get all that you can out of this one life, because you're only gonna live this one once. Now when it comes down to the drums, we have you can learn how to play the drum set. You know, big drums with the big bass drum, the snare drum, the cymbals, you know, and you can learn how to play that instrument, okay? And then we also have the guitar training, okay? And people love to pluck the guitar, and you'll get an opportunity to do that. We have a very good guitar instructor, have a very good saxophone or reed instructor because he trains in all of the instruments, whether or not it's clarinet, alto sax, tenor sax, and soprano sax. All of those instruments he's trained in. And so we're asking you if you're interested in any of those instruments. Some of you may be interested in the trumpet. The trumpet is a good instrument to play. In fact, I am the trumpet instructor there, as well as the piano instructor and the drum instructor. Those are my three instruments, and I have my training from a number of institutions here in the Chicago area, including Chicago State, Roosevelt University, the Bloom School of Music, and as well as South Suburban College, where I took theory at. And I want to offer you the opportunity to suck up all of this knowledge that I spent many years getting. And some of my students, some of the very young ones, I got one student that's 12 years old, and trust me, she absorbs so much, you know. She does, and she's playing well. She's been with us now for, I want to say, 2.5 years. Many of our students have been with us just shortly the entire length of time that we have been in operation. And their parents keep them in it because they're learning, you know, and you may be sitting there going, well, how long does it take to learn to play an instrument? It takes a while. It takes a while. When you want to advance yourself on an instrument, it can take easily 4 or 5 years to really get your teeth into it. But now all players don't want to do that. You may just want to come for 1 year, and you will be able to learn how to play the instrument in 1 year, but you'll be playing at the level of a 1-year player. Now you can take what you've learned, okay? You can take notation, you can take dynamics, you can take meter, you can take key, all of these things that you're learning. We can talk about triads and 7 chords and 9 chords, or any of these things. And you can take all that information and you can really continue independently, or, you know, self-study. You can do that if you desire to do that. Many people do that. In fact, if you stayed with us for 5 years, which is a long time, of course, or you stay with us for 5 months, whatever you do, you can take with you and you can continue it, you see. You can get books and whatnot that will allow you to continue studying without coming to us. So it can be done like that. A lot of people say that they love to come to us because they like having a coach, somebody who can sit there and monitor and teach while they're learning, you know, and it makes it easier for them to do that. So we're going to need you to call in if you're interested in any of these programs. You can't keep saying I'm going to do it and never do it. So many people today put things off, and somebody said, don't wait too late, you know. Then someone else said, good things come to people who wait. But you can wait too late, you know that. Don't wait too late, you see. Now is the time, you know, to get involved and to make certain that you are up and abreast of the goals that you've set for yourself. Okay? All right, now we sometimes talk about social things that are going on. And all of you know that you got children and people out there who are in danger. Their lives are in some area of peril because there's so much happening out in the streets. Now, we're located in Woodlawn at 6353 South Cottage Grove, right in the heart of the South Side. And we went there for a reason, okay? We're located there for a reason. We want to service that community. On one side, there's Hyde Park. On the other side, I believe it's what is it called? I think it's called uh, Grand Park, I believe it's called. But anyway, and then on one side, then not far away is South Shore, and so forth and so on. Kenwood, of course, the Kenwood community. And so we're inviting all of you from any of those communities to come on over. And some of you out there, if you want to volunteer, we are a non-for-profit. If you want to volunteer your services, come on over, and we got plenty for you to do, okay? And trust me when I tell you we can use the help. And, you know, there are some people out there who may be retired and want to just get up and come out and be involved in the community. Then you can give us a call and we can talk about that. You can come on over and we can interview you and see what you like to get involved with. Now don't forget also that we have our studio recording. Now our studio recording is changing over to software programming, and that's where we're going to be doing our recording on software using a computer as well as hardware, using a Porter Studio at the same time. We're combining those two because we want to get the most professional sound. We want to get the biggest, brightest, and most professional sound that we can get for you. So those of you who have called us asking about the recording studio, don't give up on that, because we're going to have that back going, and it won't be long before we do have it back going. But right now, because we are going through some research and development with it, it's going to be suspended. Probably, we want to say we have set a goal for mid-April of getting our recording studio back up and going. So keep calling, you know, we can set up appointments for you to come in and do your recording. And some of you out there, if you have some expertise in recording engineering, you can get in contact with us too. We can maybe bring you in and have you to collaborate with us on some things of that type. Meanwhile, we need you to call and ask about these programs. We need you to call and ask about the volunteering. And so our number, once again, if you go get your pencil and paper, is 773-891-1875. That's how you're going to get us, 773-891-1875. And again, we'd like to thank you for tuning in. We want you to know that we'll be doing our last show next week. So please tune in. We may have some stuff to talk about that you don't want to miss, okay? So we'll be doing our last show on next week. And then we'll be off for 12 sessions, and we'll come back again. Sometimes, I believe it's in July when we come back again. But this winter season, we'll be ending it on this coming next, what's the day? Oh boy, Wednesday. We'll be ending it, okay? And so thank you very much for tuning in. We look forward to seeing you on next week in our last show. And we are going to expect you to give us a call over at the facility at 773-891, 1875. Let me give that to you again, 773-891-1875. So we look forward to seeing you on next week. Until then, you see that sign behind us that winter always turns to spring? That means that whatever's going on in your life is going to get better. Okay? I don't think we've ever talked about that before. But anyway, we'll see you on next week. Take care. Take care.